As someone who unfortunately fell victim to the freshman and sophomore 15, let's talk about how to avoid getting the freshman 15 and then maintain getting it off. I'm just going to tell you right now, public enemy number one when it comes to the freshman 15 and putting on weight in college is alcohol. It is always going to be alcohol. That is like the number one culprit of putting on weight in college. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. There is a lot of calories in alcohol, like a lot. So drinking all the time, like most people do when they first get to college, is going to lead to weight gain. On top of that, I feel like a lot of people like to binge eat after drinking. That's also gonna lead to just excess weight. All of it together can kind of just lead you to getting into this like funk of an unhealthy lifestyle of drinking a lot, then eating a lot, then being lazy because you're hungover. The combination is just not good. My biggest tip is to just limit how much you're drinking, and when you're drinking, be mindful of how many calories is in a drink. Like, let's say you're trying to watch your figure and not put on the freshman 15, maybe do a vodka soda or a tequila soda, something that doesn't have a lot of extra calories rather than something like a vodka sour. Another thing that leads to the freshman 15 is not watching what you eat. Like I said, especially when you're drinking and you want to binge eat after, that can lead to it. But honestly, just going to the dining hall, you have anything you ever have wanted at your disposal to eat. And if you are not watching your figure and like what you're eating, you are going to put on weight. My biggest tip for just staying as healthy as you can in terms of eating dining hall food is just make sure your meal surrounds around a protein at every single meal. So whether that's some ground beef and tacos or chicken, just something like that along the lines, make sure protein is the focus of all your meals and it'll keep you staying pretty healthy. It can be so easy to be lazy and take the bus places on campus. I get it if you're running late, but if you can walk to class, that is the easiest way to get your 10,000 steps in a day. Like I said, very not difficultly. And I feel like the last thing that always leads to the freshman 15 is honestly just stress. College is stressful and there's no way around that. You are with new people in a new place, not really knowing what's going on, but just trying to find the things that keep you calm and keep you sane, and the people that do that is going to be the best thing you can do for yourself. At the end of the day, if you end up putting on a little bit of weight in college, who cares? It happens to most of us. We're growing into our bodies, we're changing, and that's just what's going to happen. If it's because you're being unhealthy and it's something that's actually bothering you, just make sure you're making those healthier lifestyle choices, and I promise you, you will be okay.
A lot of you guys know that during my senior year of college, I lost about 15 pounds, completely transformed my body, and was able to maintain that weight loss. So from this, nothing's wrong with this photo. As always, I just was uncomfortable in my skin and knew that I wasn't being my healthiest self. And this just felt really sluggish and inflamed. To this, clearly leaner and more toned. And to me today, this is like now 2 years into my weight loss. A lot of questions I get from people are about how did I maintain this, especially during such a crazy time. First things first, I've talked about this a ton. I stopped counting calories and I stopped tracking, and I focused on the ingredients and the types of food I was putting into my body rather than how much exactly of these macros I was getting. I was tracking my food like crazy, and it literally just kind of led me to overeat and binge and think that I should be eating more than past my point of fullness, or should be eating less, or whatever. I started focusing on the quality of the ingredients that I put into my body, like kind of just paying attention to how I reacted to those foods and those ingredients. Things started getting so much easier. My energy levels were higher for better workouts. I felt like my body was able to process these foods better. Plus, when I was tracking my macros, I was not eating like any real food. I was eating all this processed crap that was like high protein, low carb, low fat, but like not any real food ingredients. Going along with that and listening to your body, intuitive eating changed so much for me. I had no sense of portion control. I always had to finish my plate of food. I always ate super fast. Now I feel like I have an understanding of my hunger cues and knowing what my body's craving and why, and eating to fullness and contentment, and then not eating past that. Another thing I've talked about a ton, but a huge game changer for me, is understanding that high impact workouts and extensive cardio and extensive gym sessions aren't the way to go. I switched from going to the gym for 2 hours a day plus doing cardio every day to low impact workouts. I did this with Form by Sammy Clark. It was life-changing for me. I did not understand how 30-minute workouts would ever change my body or change my mindset. I'm not kidding. I feel stronger and leaner and more toned and have better workouts than I've ever had. Really think that that's what got me kickstarted on this journey, because I just felt so damn good after doing these workouts.
Okay, let's talk about the freshman 15 and how you can proactively lose it. Okay, so I feel like the freshman 15 is something that affects everyone in some way or form. Everyone's metabolism is different, but it's really hard when you're really not taking care of yourself and you can kind of see that difference in your body. But like, just keep in mind, it's okay. Like, it's normal. You're going through a change in your life. Like, most people go through that change, but you are able to work to get it off. And disclaimer, this is not me telling you to go lose weight. This is me telling you how to live a healthier lifestyle. So at the end of my freshman year, obviously you're like living in a dorm, you have a very limited nutrition source, you're going out every night, like it's gonna happen. It's just, you know, like it's kind of inevitable. So at the beginning of summer, I decided to do the 75 hard, and I wouldn't really recommend this for everybody, but there are a lot of takeaways that I learned about myself and my body and how to be able to proactively lose that weight in a healthy way. Okay, first and the most obvious, you need to get your body moving in like a fun way. If you're doing something that you're not enjoying, you're not going to be able to stick to it. And the biggest like key to this is that weight loss takes time, and you have to understand that. Like, I got so frustrated when I was doing so much all the time every day and it wasn't just happening in 2 weeks. It takes time. So it has to be something that like you're committed to, and you have to find something that you thoroughly enjoy so that you're able to like stick to that. Like for me, I was finding different exercises every day, like tennis, lifting with a friend is really fun. I'd go on bike rides, I'd go on walks, I'd go on hikes. But when it comes to working out, the biggest thing I realized is if you want to lose that weight, you want to be doing cardio. I was probably burning about 200 to 300 calories a day doing cardio. And then I would do like small weightlifting on the side to kind of tone my body. But like the basis for losing weight is going to be cardio. If you're staying consistent with this almost every day, you're allowed to have rest days. You're allowed to have days that you're busy. Like, that's fine. But the consistency is being able to like continue doing it. You will see a difference.
I personally lost the freshman 15. A lot of the things that I did not even work at all. So I want to give you guys like a little shortcut into what actually works to lose the weight. Number one, you have to identify the problem that you're trying to solve. Now, I'm not talking about gaining the freshman 15 is the problem. There is a actual problem behind you gaining the weight. For me, this was the new environment and the unlimited access to food. Another common problem I see is people's dining halls just have super unhealthy food in general. A lot of people commented under my videos that they have no veggies absolutely at all. So here is how I tackled my problem. Number one, portion control. Sometimes it's not about what you eat, but about how much you eat. And I know that I was making trips to the dining hall like 3 times a day, and I was getting like 5-course meals. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but I personally know that when I entered the dining hall, I could not control myself. In order to tackle that, I decided to limit my trips to the dining hall. This is not restriction, but it was just preventing me from overeating. Number 2 is that I went on a whole foods and sugar-free diet. Basically, what that means is I eat foods that are minimally processed. So no pizza, fries, pasta, anything like that. I also went on that sugar-free diet. I stopped getting dessert after every single meal. Just saved up a lot of calories for me, and also sugar is an addiction. Sugar is an addiction. After you do portion control, limit your processed foods, limit your sugar, then you go to working out. So I used to work out every single day. I would do weightlifting, I would do cardio, but I wasn't controlling my diet. I saw minimal change in my weight, and it wasn't doing a thing. Now I go so much less, but because I'm controlling my diet and controlling the foods that I eat, and I'm being very health conscious and I'm working out, I can build the muscle, I can lose the fat. So yeah, guys, there's not one pill that will help you lose the freshman 15. It really is hard work. If you gained it, you can definitely lose it.
If you're a college student trying to lose weight, I've been there. I was able to lose 20 pounds in a healthy way, and so here are a few things that I did to do that. For reference, I went from this to this. The first thing I did that everybody talks about is honestly I changed my nutrition. This overall made the biggest difference on the way my body looks. By simply adding chicken and more whole foods to my meals, I was able to see a major impact, not only the way my body looked, but the way I felt. The second thing I did was that I found a form of movement that I personally enjoy doing. It's so important to find a form of movement that you specifically like. I'm not gonna come out here and preach that you should be doing exactly what I'm doing, because it's what I enjoy doing. I prefer to run and lift because I love those forms of movement, but if you like to walk and do Pilates, do that. Overall, just focusing on being active throughout the day so that your body's getting movement. And then the main thing is that I was consistent. It was so easy, just like wake up every single morning and be like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to make these changes. But I stuck by it. And even though I didn't see progress in the first 3 weeks, I was able to see progress in like 2 months. Remember that you're not going to be able to see a major difference in a short time span. Give it time and you will eventually make that progress. Hope this helps.
I know a lot of you are going to be starting college in the fall, so let me tell you how you're going to avoid the freshman 15 and actually get snatched in the process as someone who lost 35 pounds my freshman year of college. Everyone says freshman 15 is inevitable because you're eating in the dining halls, you're drinking a lot more, you're not as active as you used to be, but that's a lie. you can actually lose a lot of weight while in college. I did it. I am living proof. Completely transformed my body, and I got my dream body while going to class, eating in a dining hall, and drinking and still having fun. I didn't cut out any of that. Let's start with diet. Obviously, you're going to be eating in a dining hall, and you're not going to have access to every low calorie, high protein thing to ever exist, but that's fine. I go to Northeastern, they always had some sort of chicken, rice, a lot of vegetables. Obviously, you're not going to be able to track your calories as perfectly. My college, actually on their website, I went to northeasterndining.com, and they show the calories for everything you're eating. So if you do want to know what you're eating, definitely check if your college does that. But you don't even need to do that to lose weight. If you're making smart choices in the dining hall, it really isn't that hard. You want to make sure you're eating as high protein as possible. This is what's going to help you build muscle, transform your body, and stay full. Start every plate with chicken, beef, whatever meat they have. A lot of the times I was not in the mood for dining hall food, so I would make meals in my dorm. Barbell protein bars saved my life when I was in the dorms. 200 calories, 20 grams of protein, they taste like a candy bar, and I was able to hit my protein goal and stay on track, but not have to go to the dining hall, eat butt chicken. The thing I would do is get cans of tuna. Your roommate might fucking hate you. Tuna is so easy to make. Just open the can, add a little bit of vegetables and mayo, and it's so low calorie and high protein. Also had a mini fridge in my dorm, so I would always keep it stocked with fruits, a lot of apples. I always snacked on apples in my dorm. Getting into working out, you need to be in the gym, okay? I understand you're busy, you're in this new environment, you're starting classes. That doesn't mean you get to stop working out. Working out is what's going to transform your body first. It's also going to help you your life. Like, working out is so good for your mental health. So if you're feeling stressed out in the beginning of college, get your ass in the gym.